Episode 285. Komoi hasn't really touched her food. Maybe she's not feeling so well. Maybe it's because there's a huge primal that's currently sealed away for who knows how long in an orb floating over Baelsar's wall on the other side of the world. And meanwhile we're over here doing something, I guess. It's kind of an awkward time in the story to be going around and wrapping up all of the patch 3.5 stuff. Random dungeon, random raid, random trial for the Warring Triad, etc, etc. Bunch of other stuff too. But I guess my rationalization is that maybe Komoi's just in patrol mode right now, waiting for news from the signs of the Seventh Dawn to get into action about that orb whenever someone figures something out, and meanwhile she's making sure everything at home is just fine, so nobody's screaming at her to come save them whenever there's actual trouble with that primal. At least, that's what my headcanon is. It's kind of hard to fit in this stuff into the actual story when everything is so dire with the upcoming Stormblood expansion and everything. But I guess I have to come up with something in my head if I'm gonna fit in all of these random things that have nothing to do with anything else. So that's what we're doing. The Halloween event from last time was also business. It wasn't just for fun. That was Komoi making sure the Void Scent were behaving and all that. Just more patrol nonsense, I guess. And today we're going to be patrolling Sohm, I think. That should be the last of the hard mode dungeons I released with Heavensward. Oh, I guess I'm using the glamour that I had on the Machinist from the last episode and the episode before that. But it doesn't have to be a Machinist-specific glamour, I guess. We're just gonna dress up as this Halloween costume up until the end of the month, I suppose. Probably a few more episodes of this, I guess. Then we're back to our normal clothes, I guess. Ah, you're Komoi, aren't you? I found you at last, Kupo. Bidofnir asked me to come and find you, and I've been searching high and low, and near and far, Kupo. You're kind of like in one corner of the world. It must have been pretty hard to find Komoi, who's going all over the realm. I don't think these Mughals get very far from Sohm. Do you know how difficult it is to look for someone while trying to stay unseen yourself? Well, never mind about that now. There are more important things to worry about, Kupo. Bidofnir was very insistent that I hurry you back to Sohm Summit as soon as possible, so on your way, Kupo. Right, well, that's my job done. I'll go on ahead and let Bidofnir know you're coming. See you there, Kupo. Great, it's raining. I guess I could have also done all of these missions and stuff at the start of 3.5, rather than this weird gap in between 3.5 and 3.55 that happens whenever they do patches right before the release of an expansion. Wait, why am I here? I meant to go here. Oops. I guess doing things at the start of patch X.5 might make more sense in the future. I'll maybe consider it. Now, since it's a hard mode dungeon, there should be no duty support, so we will actually have to find a group of real people to party up with. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. And I just realized it's going to be nighttime when we get into the dungeon, probably. Because the dungeon uses the lighting of the overworld, at least this dungeon does. And it's probably not going to take an entire 12 Eorzean hours for it to become morning time the next Eorzean day, while we wait for the duty queue. Oh well. I hate to go to the dungeon at night, but hopefully the lighting is good enough that it doesn't look terrible on video. Well, it's about time. Godofnir has been waiting for you. It's hardly a good idea to keep a dragon waiting, Kupo. Thou hast discharged thy duty admirably, child of Markham. And greetings to thee, warrior of warriors. Thou dost have my gratitude for thy hasty arrival. I have bid thee hence to Sohm to aid in the quieting of these sacred grounds. When Nidhogg did meet his end, his minions quit the slopes of the mountain, and its once tranquil passages have become home to all manner of beastly intruders. And worse, the fires at the core of Sohm rage and swell, as if rolled by some unwelcome parasite. Wait, so we're going to the core of Sohm? I don't remember this dungeon too well, so maybe we're not actually outside for this dungeon, in which case the lighting doesn't matter if we're in an interior. I hope. The spirits of our fallen will find no rest until this disturbance is calmed. Thus would I have thee descend unto the mountain steps, great, perfect even, and sweep clean Sohm stony halls. Would that I could perform the deed myself. Alas, my Girth prevents ready passage through the caverns, leading unto the mountain's molten heart. Wilt thou accept this charge I lay upon thee? Sorry, Komoi's distracted. All she heard was that stuff about your Girth. Thou art generous of spirit, child of man. Know that I shall not sit idly by whilst thou toilest within. Thou winged nuisances, whose screeches rend the air above the summit, will soon learn of my displeasure, and of her Girth. Yeah, show them. I sincerely hope Godofnir never thinks of me as a winged nuisance. Anyway, good luck in there, Komoi. It's interesting that we're taking it from here. Is the entrance also here? I guess it is. The original dungeon was about us going from over here, the base of Sohm, and climbing to the top to exit out into Dragonland, basically. But if we're entering here, it's sort of like we're doing it in reverse now, where we're going from the top and descending into the core. Neat. I've done this dungeon before on my main character, but I don't really have immediate memory of it. I'm sure that when I play it, I'll have some memory of it. Maybe. Am I going with you? I think I'd better stay out here in case any of those nasties tries to slip past into Markham, Kupo. If you say so. 8 minutes is not a terrible amount of time to wait. I think there might be a lot of players still queuing up into duty roulette because of the recent patch that came out. Although the patch that came out doesn't require you to do, well, I'm talking about relic weapon stuff. The relic weapon stuff only requires you to do trial roulette, raid roulette, alliance raid roulette, and high level dungeon roulette, which doesn't actually include Sohm, I think. Maybe. Well, actually I don't know what the difference between leveling and high level dungeon is, so maybe it does include things like level 60 dungeons like this. I don't know. If it does, then maybe we'll get a party real soon. Even if we don't, we're gonna fade to black and be in the dungeon very soon. Sohm all hard. Music's actually pretty interesting here. And we are starting from the very top where we fought that one dragon. Nidhogg's mate, or whoever. I'm gonna have to keep up with everyone here. Very loud steam. Just stand a little bit away from that. That might be the loudest thing in this video. No wait, I guess that might be the loudest. There's still a lot of dungeon. Dungeons tend to be a lot louder than the overworld. For obvious reasons, I guess. Had to use my ley lines too. Nope, wrong one. We're fine. I moved anyway. Okay, we're not fine. We took the hit. Oh, apparently pulling them over a vent makes the ads actual weaker. Or actually weaker. Interesting. This is also where we fought one of the bosses, but it looks different now. It's all swampy in here. Inflammable fumes. I think we have to like dodge this like the last boss of the normal mode dungeon. Or maybe not. Doesn't seem to be the same attack. Okay, we got something here. Let's just stand over here, I guess. Yeah. Just stand away from the things that spawn in. Easy strategy. I want to stand a bit closer to the party to catch those AoE heals from the healer. Nothing really dangerous from this guy, it seems. Oh no. I think we're fine. From that proximity marker. There are really only two mechanics with that guy. The raid-wide attack, party-wide attack, whatever it's called. And those things that spawn on the ground, I guess. Well, also the proximity marker, I guess, with another mechanic. Not a whole lot going on, unless we like skipped a lot, or I just didn't see it. It's also possible. Alright, we're moving. Greeted that one, and we got out alive. Oh no, this one's not in the party, or not in the group. Want to target the one right in the center usually, I guess. Or the one with the most HP. Well, ideally both of those are true. The one in the center has the most HP, and that's the one that you just leave your targeting reticle on. It actually looks kinda cooler than it did in the normal mode, with this different lighting. This track is really cool after all. I'm surprised I don't hear it more often, but I guess it's just one track for the dungeon and nothing else. I guess a lot of dungeons have unique tracks and I don't really think about it. And then the boss battle tracks tend to be the same for the entire expansion basically. Funny how that works. I'm not sure if we've already deviated from where we were with the normal mode dungeon. I think we kind of branched off into like heading into the deeper depths of the mountain. Or maybe this was also part of the normal mode dungeon. No clue. Ah, infirmity. Okay, I think that guy did a thing that we have to actually watch out for, like a non-telegraph thing. Yeah, actually, he does the same thing that the Chimeras from the Palace of the Dead sort of do. He like winds up a big forward swipe when he's about to do that, like he did on the tank just a minute ago. Probably does something when he does a backwards attack like that. Or a spin attack, that works too. Yeah, there's the forward one. I guess the tank to optimize things can just walk away from that or walk towards the boss to get away from it. It's not like we have to optimize everything, do we? Oh no, he's gonna charge me. Damn, I even saw that one. A lot of the non-telegraph stuff going on here. And Infirmity makes it so that you can't really heal too well, so it's kind of like a tough thing to deal with, I guess. For a healer, anyway. Yeah, it's kind of laying into the tank, even though it shouldn't be that hard for us. Was it the Chimeras, or maybe like a different name? Chimeras were the four-legged ones. I'm thinking about the two-legged ones that do the big swipes or whatever. They might also be called Chimeras. I can't remember. Pretty sure this part is new. Alright, I think this is good positioning. Right in the center of everyone. Maybe that one. Alright, now maybe this one. I'll let the other ones down. And they're also moving while in the middle of battle, so kind of have to change targets on the fly if you want to hit the exact center. So it's just kind of a bunch of random monsters that infested the mountain, but what could be the big boss that could be scarier in the hard mode dungeon that's scarier than a normal, well, a scary big bad dragon that was in the normal mode dungeon? Interesting battlefield over there. Don't target me. I guess someone stunned the thing that was targeting me. Oh, more enemies. Okay. Couldn't do us a favor of spawning in so we could do wall-to-wall pulls, huh? out of MP. Not very good at watching that, I notice. I always press the wrong button when I'm out of MP. It's because the MP cost always changes whenever we have these Umbral Heart things. So I never really ingrained in my head how many casts it takes before we have to switch to the other thing. And our boss is a big scary scorpion, I guess. Not sure if that's scarier than a dragon with a lot of lore to it. Nidhogg's mate. It's not even that big. Molten silk, eh? Might be doing more of that telegraph stuff. Flying press, that might be like a tank buster. Seems like it. Oh, and it's going like... or it's making the lob all around go crazy, it seems. Doesn't seem like the tank can get away from that one. Another tank buster, I guess. Are they all tank busters? Probably not. Alright, I guess we're targeting the claw and the tail. And they're down. Seems like it also puts down puddles that you want to avoid. We're fine over here. Don't really have to move this fight, not us. Oh, that actually targets other characters, not just the tank. Still don't have to move. Well, if you're gonna target other characters, target us. We want to participate. I guess we're fine. It's a good thing this fire still works on this fire type enemy. Okay, you got it. Yeah, it makes sense for the melee DPS to do it, I just thought we weren't going to use it. That was good timing on the melee DPS though. Yeah, they were probably planning to use it the entire time. And everyone's gone. Can't exactly commend anyone while we're in the cutscene. Neat place. But really, the hard mode dungeon here, not a whole lot of lore going on. They're just like wild beasts. Not that I'm complaining, it's just usually whenever we do a hard mode dungeon, they add on some lore or something. I guess the only lore that we're gonna get is more dialogue with Vidofnir and, I guess, like the home that they live in, or live near. Oh, and we spawn on the outside, on the opposite end. Yeah, I guess when we do the normal mode dungeon, we don't really experience this part, this visual part of Sohm. We just kind of go straight up and then, I guess the entire dungeon takes place in the floating portion of Sohm. Or wait, do we? No, wait. The boss we just fought, I'm pretty sure it would have been... It's hard to angle the camera up that high. But in the actual floating part there, because we didn't exactly drop down from there to here. Because where we started was on that part of the mountain, right? And we never did a huge drop, we just went into it. So I guess there's like a fiery portion of that mountain that mirrors this part, or something. I guess the idea... Maybe the idea is that that floating rock actually lifted out from this area. So like the base that we see the bottom of there was flush with the bottom here. And for whatever reason, however it makes sense geologically, that part is still lava-y at the base and it just, I guess, was transposed upwards. If I am correct about the physical location of where we just fought that boss. Pretty sure. This NPC just kind of sits here to ferry people up to the top, I guess. Because they have to have some way to get around without actually teleporting you or making you use the teleport, even though that's what everyone does. Thou art known to me mortal. Yeah. What a fate, eh? Being this one dragon, away from all the other dragons. Well, I guess dragons kind of like being away from other dragons. Or, not all dragons, but I guess the idea is that dragons are in lore, not this game's lore, but sometimes in fantasy lore, they're known to be solitary creatures. They're much more social in Final Fantasy XIV setting. But the image of a solitary dragon is... Well, I guess they even have Hraesvelgr, who, even amongst his own kind, is a solitary dragon. Probably the older you get, the more hermetic you become, or something. Guess I could have just teleported over there. But we got a lot of time in this episode, and that dungeon really didn't take up any time at all. That dungeon was meant to be the main meat of this episode. Oh wait, where is... Oh, she's at the summit. Then why'd they put us out over here? What if we talk to her, like, in her usual spot, because she is like an NPC that has to stay rooted to the spot, always. I guess she'd be on the floor lower. Yeah. Why do we have to talk to her on the summit? And there's Rider Kisaragi, as always. I am pleased with thy deeds, child of man. Heed thee once more unto Sohm I'll speak, and we shall share the news of thy success with my Moogle messenger. Okay, for the Moogle's sake. Yeah, it's much easier for the large dragon with a huge wingspan to go all the way up than for the tiny Moogle to come all the way down. I guess we started this episode talking about exactly that, how it's hard for a tiny Moogle to go around the realm. It was interesting that they actually had specific dialogue just for talking to her while she's right there in her usual spot, right after you do the quest. Oh, you're back. Do I smell brimstone, Kupo? Thou hast accomplished all I asked of thee, warrior of warriors. Through thine exploits, the ancient thing that did skitter in the mountain's core has been excised, and the fires of Sohm all sees angrily no more. This holy place belongeth not only to the brood of Hraesvelgr, but to all the dragons who roost within Ravania. It shall not be defiled while I yet draw breath. The dragon song war did take too many from us. Even those misguided kin who reveled in Nidhogg's vengeance deserve to find peace in the release of death. I guess we kind of think the same thing about the mortal side, the Elazin, Hur, the Ishgardian side, I guess. Even the Ishgardian heretics who were quote-unquote on the wrong side, or the priests, the clergy that were quote-unquote on the wrong side, we kind of give them a pass sometimes, or something like that, so Nidhogg's brood probably also gets a pass from the other dragon kind. No matter the choices that set brood brother against brood brother, in the end we are all children of the Father of Dragons. Now that the war is over, I wish only that the souls of the fallen be spared the turmoil they suffered in life. Okay, I think that's all the lore we get for this little side mission. Just some more stuff about dragons. Vidofnir cares so deeply for her kin, even those who mocked Hraesvelgr's brood for their decision to stay out of the war. I only wish that I could be so tolerant of my brothers and sisters when they disagree with my brilliant suggestions, Kupo. Moogles? Intolerant? What a surprise. Such musings aside, I should thank you for helping to preserve the peace around here. We'll be sure to keep a sharper eye out for intruders, keeping them to Salmal's caverns from now on. Oh, and we get that... No, wait. Is that the one from this dungeon? Quicksand? Because Quicksand is the name of the... Well, the Quicksand is the bar inside Old Ah. But I don't think the Quicksand has its own theme or anything. I'm pretty sure. Oh, and now the weather's good. Maybe the weather's good enough for us to do some side questing or something. Considering I have 30 minutes left in the episode and I don't want to go on to... Well, not the entire Alliance raid, not the entire... What is it, the trial... The Warring Triad trial. I always have difficulty remembering the Warring Triad part. So I guess we're just gonna do some side questing in this area or maybe the Dragon area since we did this for Vidofnir. Yeah, let's do that. I'm sure there are some interesting dragon quests in this area. Oh wait, there's only like 2 more. I'm not sure that's enough side quests for 30 minutes, but I guess we'll find out. How to feed your dragon. That's an interesting name. I don't usually see like a middle name for dragons. It's not a middle name, but I don't know what to call that. Toi Thrall. Have you ever tasted the flesh of a mycid? My brothers tell me it's a most delectable creature. Would that I had the strength to hunt them myself. It sounds like a bug. Can this thing not fight bugs? It's probably a huge bug. If you encounter mycids outside the tower, could you bring me their meat? Bring 3 chunks of their flesh. I wish to know what they taste like. Side questing 101 here. Bringing 3 chunks of meat or something. Killing a random mob out in the world. Nothing really more meaty than that, or... I mean like meaty story-wise. Sometimes side missions are more meaty than this, but sometimes they're not. Oh, that's what a mycid is. It's not a bug. I guess a dragon whelp might have trouble with this huge gaping maw, yeah. It'd probably be swallowed whole. Die. And that one over there. And there we go, quest done. We are not going to spend 30 minutes on these 2 quests. I guess I could get started on the whole Alliance raid and maybe the Alliance raid quest is going to take like 1.5 hours if I consider the time to start up the quest, do the actual raid, and then finish up the quest. But I feel like I want to do that all in one episode. Have you seen the mycids? Do you come with their flesh? Yeah. So this is the meat of a mycid. At last I will know why my kin hunt them so hungrily. This is... so flavorful, so tender. Okay, I was worried for a second. I look forward to the day I can gorge on this beast at my leisure. Don't overhunt them now. Oh wait. Maybe this will take like 30 minutes if these guys have entire quest lines behind them. Kinda forgot that was a thing. I still hunger, but not for meat. No, I crave eggs. Nothing is more delicious than swallowing eggs whole, their smooth shells slithering down your throat. Okay, gross. Bring me 5 eggs from the Gallimimuses of Sohm all foothills. They lay eggs in abundance. I will not miss the few I require. That's like an actual real dragon, isn't it? Or, no, not a real dragon. I mean, in some senses, maybe. No, it's an actual real, dinosaur. That's what I meant. They're just kinda lying around. This isn't how actual gallimimuses laid eggs back in whatever era they're from. Is it? I don't actually know. Did they have nests? They're kinda raptor-like, sort of. Did raptors have nests? I hate this. I hate these floating orbs around me. There's no way to get rid of them unless I change class or whatever, which is kind of annoying. Really hoping that when 8.0 comes out and they maybe do some class overhauls or something. Well, one, I hope they bring back longer cast times and bigger damage for Black Mage, even though they probably won't go back on that. Just to fully experience what Black Mage probably feels like for most people, like, that remember Black Mage back in the day or whatever. And two, mainly getting rid of this thing, like putting back the timer on it or something so that it just fizzles out after a while. Of course, all I really care about is making them go away, so even if the timer isn't there, if they had it like a buff like this, that we could just dispel by clicking on it, and get rid of this Fire 3 or whatever, that would be great. You have returned, but did you bring the eggs? Yeah, 5 eggs. Yes, you have done well. My hunger is not so easily sated. So smooth, so satisfying. I must find a way to pilfer them myself. They weren't that hard. We're about the same size as you. Though I guess the gallimimuses didn't bother us because we're such high level. What else do you want to eat? This is probably the last one. You have fed me well, yet you do not partake of your own spoils. Exactly what do your kind consume for sustenance? Like those living in the Chocobo forest. I would very much like to try it for myself. Yeah, Komori, take care of yourself. We started this episode with her not eating her meal, and she's probably just so nervous about that primal threat that's looming over Bilsar's wall. She doesn't show it, she's just good at hiding her emotions. But she's not eating well, because she's so stressed. I guess I could have just teleported straight there, huh? Or at least very close to there. Leo Nov. Looking for breakfast, eh? I don't mind sharing, but these ingredients don't come easy. I'll serve you some, but I need more chocobo meat for later. Okay, I guess we're hunting down chocobos. How brutal. Let's make our chocobo do it. Kill. It's so much bigger than our chocobo. Kinda crazy. This might take a while. We'll help out. But we'll let Short Stack do the finishing blow. Alright, you've got this. How does it feel, killing your own kind? We do that every day. We're about to do it a lot more now that we're about to fight the Guardians. I mean, they're not exactly our own kind. Guardians are like a different race, and Lalafell and Hur and Frostgar and all of those are different races, but same thing, really. Ah, nice golden brown. I'd say this batch is just about done. You find any chocobo meat? A wild chocobo thigh. If not for its size, this slice of pink meat would appear no different than a common rooster's thigh. I think they're saying that because it's actually using the same icon as a rooster's thigh or a chicken thigh, which you probably use for cooking or something. Good, good. This'll do just fine. I have a plate for you over there. Take it while it's still hot. I guarantee you won't find better. Came up with a recipe myself. Well, I hope that dragon enjoys fried chicken. Now I'm hungry. Great. What an episode to have, with all these food-related quests while I'm hungry. I did it to myself, though. I can just teleport there. Alright, here's your last meal. A peculiar scent. What have you brought me? Fried chicken. This is what they eat in the Chocobo Forest? Interesting. Ah, disgusting. Why would one sear the flesh of the meat? The natural flavors are all but gone now. A strange breed indeed. Guess they enjoy it raw. Really like to taste the blood. And yet we're somehow getting these human foods from the dragon. Somehow. I guess we're not actually getting these from the dragon. In fact, it wouldn't make sense to get gil from the dragon in the first place. Those are probably just like gamified elements or something. But then why are we helping them in the first place if we're like doing a side quest for them? Like what's our actual lore-wise reward here? I have no idea. I guess we're just helping out. Give me bacon broth. For desynthesis skill gain plus 10 and reduce durability loss plus 4. The most important stats. Down that immediately just to get rid of it in our inventory. The icons in this menu are looking really good right about now. Gonna have to eat right after this. You have shown me the glorious bounties of the hunt. To be a dragon grown must be a glorious thing indeed. Alright, let's finish off this last quest in Enix Shrine. I guess what we're doing is clearing off Enix Shrine this episode, this half of the episode. Well, good. We helped out everyone here, including Vidofnir. That's the theme of the episode, I guess. Which one? Where? Who? Not this one. Is that above or below? Must be above. Surprised there wasn't an up arrow. Maybe there was and I just didn't see it. Oh no. Can we do all of these in the episode? I don't want to go over on time just doing side quests. They were just meant to kill the time for the remaining episodes, so this episode can just be focused on the dungeon. Well, we did three quests for that other dungeon, or 3 quests for that other dragon, so maybe these will go by quickly, unless they're also part of a quest chain. No smoking allowed. The putrid stench of Nast still lingers in the air. Stop the fumes that pour from their primitive playthings. I sense 3 in total not far from here. We must stop all of them. And I guess we might as well pick up all of these at once. My stomach roars, it longs for sustenance. I must feed to maintain my strength and guard these eggs, damn. More feeding and more eggs. Oh, I didn't actually notice those eggs there. Only the most succulent of meats can satisfy my cravings. We got some fried chicken left over probably. I must have the Bandersnatch. Okay, no fried chicken. Bring me 3 chunks of their flesh, from the cave near the Iron Feast. It's all about food with these guys. The stench of man, yet somehow different. Ah, a companion to his sail. Very well, I would ask you a favor. My child now explores the wilderness. I would task him with the hunt for today's meal. Yep, always about food. But he has yet to return. Seek the dragon Kalmik. Tell him he must hunt. Okay. Let's go this way first, I guess. However quickly we can leave here. There we are. Among the other things that I have to do for the patch 3.5 roundup, of which there are a lot. Where are those now things? There they are. I already mentioned the Alliance raid that we have to finish up on, the Shadow of Mach. The Warring Triad, obviously. But there's also the Intersocietal quest, which I did a lot of work for. And they should all now be ready to move on to the actual Intersocietal part of that. After that, there's also, of course, the thing that I've been saving for like a big burst of them, the Hildebrand quests. Just like I did in patch 2.5 or 2.55 or whatever. We're going to do all of the 2.0 to 2.5, or rather, all of the 3.0 to 3.5 Hildebrand quests all at once. I could have done them with the patches like I did the raids, where I just do 2 Hildebrand quests for patch 3.0, then do the next 2 the next patch. But I feel like it's better to digest Hildebrand all at once, or I just like having the episodes be sequential for all the Hildebrand antics, I guess. Which is going to be very weird considering we're at a point in the story where we're grieving for someone's death, and we're going to do the funny Hildebrand questline. But then it's the exact same scenario that we had when Moonbreeder died and we went and did that thing. So I guess we're balancing comedy and tragedy. Or something. You're no creature of this land. Who are you? What are you? You gotta hunt. No wings, no fangs, no scales like a beast. So a man then. A man from Ishgard. Stay away. No, you have to hunt. Listen to me. And of course, other than Hildebrand, I still have to do the relic quest for the Ishgardian restoration. That was still on the checklist. Come no closer, men of Ishgard. I will not be your trophy, nor your meal. We don't need dragons. It's always meals with these guys. The Ishgardian restoration relic tool stuff, the Sky Steel tools. I'm actually pretty much prepared for that now. Got all of the scripts that I need and everything, like all the gear and all the levels that I need, I think. Almost, just a little more. Fine, do what you will. But you will not have the satisfaction of battle. Not even putting up a fight, huh? A message from Mother? So you're not an enemy then? If you would speak with me, then first a test. Catch me if you can. That's what we've been doing. Okay. Charming kid, Komori says through gritted teeth. Can't hide from us. Especially when the building is completely torn down. Quite perceptive. What is your name? Komori Moriko. Komori? A strange name. You will not find me this time, Komori. I think we will. We have the adventurer's sense. That handy little thing in the top right of the screen that points towards our quest objective. That's the adventurer's sense. Sometimes the adventurer's sense only points you in the general direction, but you can usually figure your way out from there. There you are. Not very hidden. Interesting. So you're not as slow as I thought. Very well. You'll make a fine partner. You may call me Calmic. Or call Mike? I don't know. So you are a child of man? I've never met your kind before. Truly a peculiar breed you are. Now speak. What is the message you bring from Mother? Tell me what she would have me do, and it will be done. You gotta hunt. Oh wait, this is a quest line. Okay. Well, we leveled up, I guess. We'll tell him to hunt in a little bit. Let's go finish off this quest, and I guess we can continue with Call Mick stuff, if we still have time. Call Mike, Call Meek. Gonna call him Call Meek, because he looks kinda meek, as a dragon whelpling. And on top of all of that stuff, related to the Sky Steel tool stuff, I actually haven't done all of the level 50 to 60 job quest stuff for all of my my classes here. Alchemist, Carpenter, Botanist, and Miner. So that's going to be a lot of episodes on their own too. A whole lot of things that I'm going to do while that floating ball is in the sky, sealing the primal. And things should be urgent, but I'm off doing crafting stuff. Gonna feel very weird. But we're just gonna pretend that it's taking a long time for the Sons to figure out what they want to do about this exact scenario or something. Enough time for Komoy to finish up the actual patrol stuff and then run out of things to do and then say, okay, if there's no time or no more actual patrols to do around the realm, we're just gonna bum around Gridania or something doing botanist stuff. I guess. The only excuse I can come up with, I guess. I'm not sure how to rationalize Komoy going off and doing, where is it? There it is. Doing carpenter stuff and alchemist stuff in preparation for battling the primal that's hanging over Bilsor's wall. I mean, the alchemist stuff maybe. Maybe the mining stuff to, like, get better gear or something, like, I don't know, gems for our magical focus that's slotted into our staff on the right side there. Maybe botany for the alchemy, because alchemy requires herbs and stuff. So maybe we're doing alchemy to create potions for the upcoming battle. And maybe carpenter for crafting the staff that we'll use for battle and all that, yeah. Okay, so it actually maybe works out. When we do those quests for these 4 crafting and gathering classes, we'll just pretend that we're doing those job quests as training to craft new gear, including potions and a new staff for battling the primal, just so it doesn't feel like we're off doing nonsense while there's an actual war going on, or about to go on. I'll have to figure out how to rationalize all of the Hildebrand stuff too, I guess. But I'll do that between episodes. The scent of Ness, it fades. This is not the last of their impudence. Of this I'm sure. But for now, I can protect my eggs in peace. Sniff sniff. That savor. Give it to me. I must have it. One of her cravings? Is she eggnant? The egg version of pregnant. That's what eggnant is. In case it wasn't obvious. Ah, yes. There is no flesh better than that of a Bandersnatch. Thank you. The solitude of this tower can prove vexing, but a sated stomach makes my duties more bearable. Oh, and we get food ourselves. Give us the jerked beef. That seems like the most reasonable thing that a dragon might have. Because this one looks like it might have been, I don't know, grilled on some kind of grill or something. And jerky is just something that, well, it's beef that's been left out to dry, like, while hanging, right? Pretty sure dragons can probably do that pretty easily. We don't really need that in our inventory, though, so, let's just eat that immediately. Oh, she's actually got more questline stuff. What was this? Where'd I get this from? Probably some crafting thing. Actually, not crafting. Did I get that from the quest from Vidofnir? Wait, what's the next quest that she has? More NAS stuff. Let's actually do this one. And if we have to kill time in a later episode for whatever reason, we can do this thing with, Call Meek. That was the name. Hopefully this is the last one so I can end the episode on this. The primal Ravana has fallen, and the NAS grow restless. They would lash out against Kalmeek, against my children yet unborn. I sense the presence of Nas approaching the tower. 3 in total. We must slay those who would do my children harm. Okay. Honestly, Kalmeek's storyline seemed like the most interesting one. There was even like a cutscene for that. But I'm not doing it because we don't have enough time to do it in full, and I don't want to go on extra long just for the side quest stuff. If I had known from the beginning, I would have done Kalmeek's stuff from the start and just do his entire quest line. But here we are. You cannot keep us from the dragons. I think we can. With a little fireball, or a big one. More around here somewhere. Death to the dragons. Why? Why do you hate them so much? One more. Probably just hanging out? Yeah, right here in this corner. Where are the dragons? We must kill the dragons. And done. Okay, so maybe that was the last one? The last one for her, anyway. I no longer sense their presence. Ravana and his thralls are a nuisance I'm glad to be rid of, if only briefly. Thank you. Damn. Maybe it's quick. My muscles grow stiff and my joints ache, and the Ness. Their incessant clicking is insufferable. I need a grown maw. It blooms in the cavern of Estai. Bring it to me. Very quick fetch quest. I'm sure we'll be done within a minute. Before the episode is going over on time. I refuse to go over on time for side quest stuff. At least not more than 1 minute. Oh wait, is that... It should be inside here, right? It's not like on the upper ledge. Damn. We're in the wrong area. I only have myself to blame. If we go over on time, then it's my fault. That's right, there were caverns up there. When she said caverns, I thought we had to go inside the mountain proper, but there is that short stretch of caverns like right here. Watch this not even be her final side quest. We can probably finish off Kalmeek stuff while we do the intersocietal quests, because that probably won't take the entire episode, I think. So as part of the intersocietal stuff, we can help out the Dragon Society a little bit by finishing off Kalmeek stuff. That's the plan anyway. And quickly now. No wait, one more up. Alright. Do you have what I require? The name roughly translates to summer tree. It's a flower. Ah, such sweet savor. Thank you. I can feel the knots in my muscles uncoil. My body has grown rigid confined to this tower, but now I can endure my watch a while longer. Okay, good. That was the last one. For her, anyway. We're wrapping up sort of on time. We spent most of the episode doing side quests, but the episode's focus was all about the dragons and Vidofnir. Do we have that emote? Don't remember if I do. I'm pretty sure I did that event on Komoy, so... should be a special one. There it is. Do this. And we'll end the episode like this. With a better angle. The angle's always random on this, so I'll just have to settle on one. Like this. I'm going over on time just to get a good camera angle. I really shouldn't. I should really only do this kind of camera angle thing when we're beginning the episode, not ending the episode. Again, due to the randomization. But here we are. Vidofnir seems to be staring at us with a confused expression. But she shouldn't be confused. The tails of her girths reach far and wide, and that's why Komoy and Rider Kisaragi are kneeling like this, in reverence. That's definitely why. Now would be a good time to take a break.